Sanjeev, you have absolutely staggered me with some of the stats in India with women and breast cancer. Can you kind of share with all of us about that?
Sure. In India, there's about 250 million women at the age of who need to be screened for breast cancer. Reality is less than 7 million are screened today.
That blows my mind.
And here's the shocking statistics. One woman dies of breast cancer every 7 minutes in India.
Every 7 minutes?
Every 7 minutes, according to WHO.
Does that stagger your mind, Swami?
It seems so ridiculous. It seems untrue, but it's true.
Yeah.
So if you look at the Globocon report for 2014, it highlights that for India. And in China, it's 1 in 8 women will die of breast cancer. Similarly, you go into Africa and other countries, and the statistics are not even clear simply because this is being based on the women who have died of breast cancer and the autopsies which are done.
Absolutely. Dial in to 408-912-5565. We have Sanjeev Saxena here, and he is in the studio, and he has breakthrough technology. We have somebody dialing in?
We have a guest calling in.
Guest. Okay, great.
Larry, how are you?
I'm good, Sanjeev. I can really relate to this. I do work in a lot of work in Africa with a lot of different types of nonprofit organizations, and we're moving into India as well. And I work very closely with a pediatrician friend of mine that does a lot of work, mostly with children that have cancer.
Right.
And he does it gratis. He travels all over the country of Kenya doing this. He would be hugely interested in something like this. Now, when is this going to be out so I can talk to him about this and let him know?
Well, we are in the U.S. We have to go through the FDA process, so it takes a much longer time. In places like India and Africa, you can register the device based on the data which we have, and you can introduce it. So we're looking at about 9 months to a launch in India. So it should be in the market within the year.
Where's your company at? Are you raising funding, or where are you at in your evolution?
That's right. So we have just closed. So far, it was friends and family and myself investing the money. We have just closed a bridge round of $250,000. We are doing another $250K into the company, and we've just engaged an investment banker to raise $10 million into the company, and also talk with large partners where we can do a large-scale launch of this product.
Now, I'm not a medical person, but Larry, I know your heart for Africa and all that. Is this a preliminary, like early detection?
Exactly.
Of cancer?
Exactly. So we are looking at, so here's the thing with proteins, they start to express very early in the blood. The blood has got all the information that you need. And so you're able to find something, even the minutest change, you can find that. So we've got sensitivities here of picomolar levels, where you can find, for example, HER2, as soon as it changes, you can find it. Not that you can do something at that time, but you start following the patient, and as soon as you're able to, then you can possibly even start with a Herceptin intervention, or, as the tumor gets bigger, you can do something about it, right?
You're being preemptive.
Right, exactly.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, Larry, it sounds like your doctor friend needs to hook up with Sanjeev real quick here.
So actually,
absolutely. Say, Kurt, can you get that information to me, and text it to me, or email it to me? And
absolutely.
Also, Sanjeev, if you're looking for funding, I work with 2 or 3 different types of funding organizations that I think would be very interested.
I would love to talk.
Okay, we'll connect you. We'll definitely connect you. And Larry, thank you for calling in. I'll get all that information to you, and you two connect on offline, and let's begin to change the world.
I'd love to. Thank you for your work, Sanjeev. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for dialing in, Larry. Appreciate your input. All right.
Absolutely. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Well, that's exciting because that's real time impacting the world. You got to feel great about this. You and your family who have invested in this have to feel really satisfied you're doing something that's going to impact the world.
Well, that's, I talk about this. There are two friends of mine who passed away with cancer. I used to live here in San Jose, actually hardly a mile away from here. And my next door neighbor, he had two little twins. He passed away with lung cancer. And I saw his kids grow up without their father. Another friend of mine, I was helping a friend at Amgen develop Neupogen, and had this guy not developed Neupogen. He himself developed cancer, and he was given this drug. And so you see a lot of things which you're doing really impacting lives. And that suddenly starts to make a difference. You want to do something which gives back to society. It's not all about making money, but it's also giving back.
Absolutely.
There are many studies, and how many times have you heard that if they only would have known earlier, they could have treated, especially cancer?
Yeah.
The entire Affordable Care Act in this country is all based on learning ahead of time and trying to have preventative care. Major companies now are spending lots of money on preventative care. So this, I think, is perfect for what we need to do.
Right, exactly. I mean, that's the key, is finding early so you can do something about it. There are other technologies there where you can do genome screening, which will tell you in advance that you have a possibility of getting something like what Angelina Jolie did with the BRCA1 gene. It gives you the possibility. It doesn't mean that you have it. This means the moment you see any change, that's when you do the intervention. You will not do necessarily a change if you find genomic analysis, you find something wrong in there, but you will follow them.
And it gives you the ability to make a decision. She's a perfect example because she chose, because she has children, to not take the risk of dying from it. She'd rather take action.
Right, exactly.
So the knowledge is what's critical here.
Right. I mean, you remember Amy Robach of ABC. She went on to promote breast cancer screening, and she was 40. Nobody expected she'd have breast cancer, and she found she had. Luckily, mammography helped her, but had she found it earlier, she could have done something. So most of us don't. We all will believe we are not vulnerable, right? And then we find something happens and it becomes too late. Luckily for her, they found it early, so they could do something about it. Right?
Same thing happened to my good. Same thing happened to my good friend Nikki. She was in radio, and 32. I think she was 31, 32 years old. And there's a video of her getting the mammogram right before, and she's saying in the video, YouTube video, "Hey guys, don't worry about it. I'm okay. We're just doing this. It's a station event. Free mammograms or whatever, and everything's great. No big deal. I'm gonna go in there. Everything's great." And you see this video, and then a week later, you see another video saying they detected breast cancer.
Right. It's amazing because this is even earlier warning than a mammogram, more specific, which is absolutely critical. And there's so many the remedies for cancer and the cure is growing by leaps and bounds. But you got to know that you have it, and that's what this does. So just a perfect system to actually save lives.